Hello, entrepreneurs, and welcome back to the channel. One of the challenges that a lot of new and upcoming entrepreneurs are facing as they enter into the entrepreneurship space is that there is a competition. Competition is quite rife, and first, with all these other challenges, we have seen statistics saying that approximately 70% of entrepreneurship or businesses fail in the first 5 years. This is from point of inception to the 5 year mark. About 70% of them fail. However, there are a lot of other challenges, and we cannot finish the list here. But the major challenge for most is to scale up. How does an entrepreneur scale from where they started to become a bigger and bigger entrepreneur as time passes by? So we're looking at growth. What growth strategies work, especially in the current economic environment? Or have you attempted to expand your business and are faced with those specific challenges? Now, in this video, we've got an answer that can help you scale up your business. So if you are looking at growth, today we are explaining and going deeper into one of the most important tools that you can use to scale up your business. Now, this tool is called the strategic roadmap. Yes, the strategic roadmap is one of those tools that is looked over by people, and people just pass by without even really taking it into consideration that much. A lot of people just think about it, especially when they're looking at funding, and they use it partly in creating a viable business plan. However, in this video, we are strictly looking at the strategic roadmap with the eyes of growth, looking at it from a growth perspective. I'm Kenneth, your go-to business consultant. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a micro, small, or even medium-sized enterprise, this channel is for you. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get apprised every time we load fresh and exciting content to help you expand your business. What exactly is a strategic roadmap? Now, a strategic roadmap can be viewed as a GPS, a business GPS that you use to coordinate all your efforts to move from point A to point B. Obviously, in your entrepreneurial journey, you have a destination in mind. If you do not have that destination in mind, you need to set that first and have a course that is plotted to find yourself where you want your business to be. So, in brief, a strategic roadmap is what carries your business and moves it along to where you want it to be in future. So, which means it's futuristic in nature. And if that's the case, therefore, growth is one of those things that you want to attain as you move from one time period to the next, from 1 year to another. So let's look at the aspects. What makes up a strategic roadmap? We'll briefly look at them, and then later in the video, we're going to try and explain them in detail. Now, the first one is a vision and mission. Now, the vision and mission is the destination. Where do you want your business to be? So this is key for any business. A lot of businesses fail because they do not have a destination in mind, which means there is no clear vision. Therefore, this is the starting point. Now, a vision will take you to your objectives. Your objectives are strategic, specific goals that you want to achieve in a specific time frame. Now, this is obviously derived from your vision and your mission. Next, you go into key results. Key results are metrics that you're going to use to measure success. Now, success is not only verbal, or it's not only a state of mind. If you are going to be successful, then you have to be able to measure that success. Therefore, you need metrics which you can now compare from one period to the next. And then from then you go to what we call initiatives. Initiatives could be activities and things that you're going to be doing. Implementation phase. What is it that you're going to do to make sure that you achieve those metrics that you have put for your set objectives. Timelines. Every initiative must have a time frame in which it has to be completed. Now, failure to do so means that either you are behind schedule, you have failed, or there is a deviation somewhere. So timelines are significant, and they are a very significant part of this strategic roadmap. Now, before we go deeper into it, let's look exactly at how does it help your business grow. What is the importance of having a strategic roadmap, especially if you have got growth in mind? The first issue there is alignment. As far as alignment is concerned, it means that everyone who's working in your team or in your organization in general has the focus of one or the same objectives. Everyone understands what needs to be done. Therefore, they can bring in their skills to achieve that particular vision and mission for the organization. Oftentimes, a lot of businesses fall apart because every part or different departments are pulling in different directions. The reason is because there is no focal point to direct all efforts, to direct all resources and align them to achieving a particular item. Therefore, if there is a strategic roadmap, it means that everyone is aligned, resources, skills, and every initiative that is performed is there to make sure that that vision is apprehended. The second factor, therefore, the importance of a strategic roadmap is resource allocation. Now, without the roadmap, it means that resources can be misused or even wasted. However, where there is a strategic roadmap, it means that there is efficient allocation of resources. Resources will go to those initiatives, to those activities that are there to foster the apprehension of your vision and your mission. So without it, then things can be used willy-nilly, and we don't know exactly how to account for particular resources. So if a resource is apportioned for a particular activity, remember earlier we spoke about metrics. Metrics can now be put in place to measure how effective the use of that resources was. So therefore, resource allocation can be done effectively with a strategic roadmap. Next is adaptability. We spoke about this in one of the videos. You can see it. I'll put it in the link down below. Adaptability is very important because in the current ever-changing business environment, there are circumstances or times where you need to pivot. If you find maybe there's a roadblock on your path, there has to be ways to turn the course and avoid the circumstance that is blocking your performance. Sometimes it saves the business resources, time, and a lot of cost to make a detour and attack the problem from a different angle. Therefore, you need to adapt to ever-changing business environmental challenges. And this is possible if you have a clear strategic roadmap on what you want to do and how to get there. A strategic roadmap also allows for performance measurements. Now, as we spoke earlier about a key performance metrics, it means that at any given time you are able to measure how a business is performing as far as achieving its goals. A business that just goes on without a strategy can be envisioned as a person walking blind or in the dark with no light. You don't know exactly where you're going. Therefore, there are no set milestones that can indicate to you if you are online or if you are still on target to achieve the set objectives that you set out. So you need a strategic roadmap in order to measure your performance as you embark on this entrepreneurial journey. Again, a strategic roadmap can be seen as a communication tool that communicates where the organization wants to be and how it wants to get there. Now, this tool is now adopted by everyone in the organization, and everyone knows exactly where the organization is going and how it plans to get there. So basically, through that strategic roadmap, you are communicating to your subordinates to your team players, and to everyone involved in the organization. It could be stakeholders, suppliers, or anyone at all that has got a key interest in the success of that particular business. Therefore, you are communicating using this particular tool, and as such, where there is effective communication, there is a consensus. Everyone, it comes to a point where they're in agreement. Meeting of minds means that we are swifter moving towards that particular objective, which is to expand and grow the business. And then the next question will be, how do you create a strategic roadmap? As I said earlier, the first component that you need to have there is a vision or a mission. Now, for most people that I've spoken to, when they started a business, they were passionate about a product, they were passionate about a service, or doing something that they wanted to do. They had this burning desire to go into entrepreneurship. However, if you were to ask them this question, what is your vision? Now, they don't know exactly what a vision is. However, there is a vision, but without you spelling it out and writing it down, it's as a ship riding through the seas without a rudder. So a vision is supposed to be there to give a focus to the business, to give a specific destination. Where do you want to see your business in the future? Okay, most of the time when we say that, it's a little bit confusing. Okay, in simple terms, what does business success mean to you? What does success of this venture mean to you? Where do you see yourself at as far as being a successful business? Now, if you are able to pen that down, then you have a vision. What does success as a business mean to you? That's your vision. The second thing to do then will be set clear objectives. Now, when I say set clear objectives, it means that we're looking at SMART objectives. I will also link the video when we're speaking about SMART objectives. We say that SMART is an acronym standing for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, as well as time frame. It means that your objective, it has to satisfy those things. It has to be specific. It has to be measurable. For instance, you can say to achieve a 10% profit by the end of 2025. Now, you have also included a time frame. We know exactly what you want to do, and it can be measured. This is very important that it is measurable, because we can always compare your performance within a particular time period. Therefore, we can say that there is a particular a key performance metric that we can always come back to see if you did and or if you did not achieve your objective. Number 3, we said identify key results. Now, the key results will be those specific metrics, and they have to be numerical. In this case, they have to be numerical so that they can be measured and they can be compared from one calendar period to another. Number 4 then is outline initiatives. As I said earlier, initiatives are activities that must be done to ensure that we reach those particular objectives, or those objectives are attained. Now, there are a lot of project management tools that you can use. Others can look for what is called a Gantt chart. If you are interested to find out what a Gantt chart is and how to create that, please leave a comment below and we'll reach out to you with a Gantt chart. Or you can use what is called a work breakdown structure, which tells us exactly what activity must be done, the key personnel that needs to do that particular activity, and the time frame, which means we're looking at when it's going to start, who is going to do it, and when is it meant to be completed. Now, this is significant so that we can now measure performance across the particular project, whether it is on target to reach the specific goals that have been set or not. Then you need to establish timelines. What are the timelines? What are the milestones that you set in place to make sure that you get to those particular goals when you're supposed to get there? And lastly, review regularly. Now, the review is a process of monitoring and controlling. You need to constantly go back to your plans, monitor, control. If there are any deviations, make changes where appropriately, and make sure that you are still set to achieve those particular goals that lead to your vision. Now, there are so many formats that I've seen out there for a strategic roadmap. Please leave a comment below and tell us exactly whether you're using it, and if you are using one, what are the processes or the steps that you're following to make sure that you are on course to attain that business growth that you so desire as an entrepreneur. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please do give us a thumbs up, share with other entrepreneurs, as well as subscribe and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. This is results oriented preparation. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.